We're rock and rolling. We're live, Dean. We're live. Action. Action. Welcome back, mate. How you doing?
All good, man. All good. Just got in from the gym, man. Trying to make the fat cry, man. You know what I'm saying? Trying to shed some timber.
Make the fat cry. Oh, mate, it's a brutal session when you say stuff
Hey,
like
Chazzy.
that. Listen, let's just jump straight into it. Loads of heavyweight boxing stuff to go over at the minute. We've barely got out the back of AJ Usyk, and we've got straight into Fury Wilder 3. Have you seen any of the shenanigans going over in Vegas last week?
Yeah, I saw a little bit. I didn't catch up. There was someone I was meant to catch up with this morning, but I wanted to jump out and just go to the gym quickly and come back because I've got a few meetings this afternoon. But it's quite funny. Tyson Fury is just hilarious anyway. You know, he chats the most smoke. And I did catch some of it. But yeah, I caught them at the outside, what was that, weigh-in or a press conference of some sort?
They call it the Grand Arrivals, don't they? The Grand Arrivals.
Yeah, whatever that is. I caught him out there and he was on to my man. And then he was kind of onto him inside talking about, you know, all the excuses he's got in the world. None of it's going to save him kind of thing. So I caught a little bit. I haven't got it all yet. I'm going to probably catch it, you know, in a sec, to be honest. After I come off here, it probably should have been before, but I'll catch a little bit. And then I probably got to head out and do a few things before the day snowballs, you know.
It is the most rolled out line, this whole fight builder, but there's a reason for that. Can Deontay Wilder do something differently this time? Because he looks much better. He looks bigger. He's got a new coach. He's doing things slightly better in the gym. So can the outcome be any different?
You know what? I like a little bit of an upset, me. You know, you know, I'm a fan of Tyson Fury. I'm a fan of Deontay Wilder. I am a fan of upsets as well. So it'd be interesting to see what happens if there was an upset. I like to normally back like the kids from over this side of the pond. But you know, I mean, because of the outcome of the Joshua fight the other day, imagine what would the landscape be if Tyson Fury was to lose. I heard him talking about I'm the last undefeated heavyweight, so on and so forth. But imagine the spanner that would throw in the works if he was to lose, and then lose his lineal WBC champion status and so on, WBC title. It would just be interesting, and just open up the door for everyone. It would just be a great talking point and a story. You know what I mean? Somewhat, I'm not going to lie, from the beginning of all these fights, I did have something like that in my mind. Imagine these guys. The first fight was a draw. The second fight was Tyson Fury won. The third fight, Deontay Wilder won. Then they do a fourth fight. You know, my imagination is wild. And I've actually thought this. Yeah, exactly. And then they go again. Imagine all the money these two would make. 4 fights probably make well over excessing of 100 million. You know, what a strategy to, you know, plot and come together, become arch nemesis, and then make over 100 million each. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't be surprised if it came out that was the story at the end of it. But we're going to see Saturday night who wins. It would be enthralling. It would be interesting if he were to. He does look good. He does look physically good. He does look mentally good. He looks mentally in a better space, I feel. He's got a new trainer. He's talking positive. He's saying and doing all the right things, Deontay Wilder. Tyson Fury said he's in his head rent-free and doing stuff. That's what Tyson Fury does. Gets in people's head, mind fucks them and so on. But he does look mentally. You know, I'm just hoping that Deontay Wilder can come on and put on a better performance and show us something, you know, like the Bronze Bomber, you know, like kind of show the fans, you know, they were wrong to judge me. They were wrong to criticize me. I've been working for the last 2 years. I'm going to be better, stronger, and show you guys why I was a champion for so long. It'll be interesting.
Can you hate someone as much as these two guys proclaim to do? You know, the mud that they've been slinging, at each other. Oh, I don't respect you, or you're this, you're that. But like you say, listen, if I'm working with someone so successfully, whether I'm winning or losing the fight, I'm making, like you say, $100 million out of it. I'm going to find it very hard to hate that person when we've got such a good little process going on there. Do you think these two guys genuinely despise one another? Or do you think actually there is a mark of respect there because they're both making a good living off it?
I think it's a bit of marketing. I think it's a ploy I think it is showbiz, and I think it sells because before this, they was kind of bum chums. They were friends. They used to comment on each other's posts and do stuff. And all of a sudden, now they're arch nemesis. But you can never tell. But I got a feeling that it's a bit of tongue in cheek, and it's more to sell the fight and do stuff as they has been doing. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's kind of, I don't know. It's a strange one, but yeah.
The big news that kind of, well, one of the big stories, if you like, that has come out of this is Dillian looks finally like he could be on the right path to a title shot. Don't get me wrong, there are a couple of hurdles, and I think you tell me if I've misunderstood this, but I think it goes like this: if whoever wins on Saturday, provided they can't negotiate a fight within 30 days with Alexander Usyk, which they can't because he's tied into a Joshua rematch. So provided they don't get a match with Usyk lined up, and provided Dillian gets past Otto Wallin, which is not easy, we'll talk about that in a minute. Provided those two things happen, Dillian is mandatory for the winner. Have I understood that all correct?
Provided. Loads are provided. You know, like you know, yeah, that's kind of what it is. But you know, like you said, there's a lot of stuff in the way. Like you said, but look, Usyk's contracted. I'm sure him and AJ got the rematch. I can't see AJ letting that slide and going and doing something else. It's a lot of money on the line for him. His career's on the line. His reputation is on the line at AJ. If he pulls out and tries to go a different way, people are gonna always know him for being the coward that ducked Usyk and ducked the rematch. If you, I don't know, like even in time, does he still beat Usyk if he goes and takes a few other fights to learn and see where he can come back and make amends? I don't know. It's a hard one. I felt, like I said, when I speak to people, I feel like I explain to them why I say the things I do. I felt like he boxed really well. He had composure. He was fighting against someone who'd been boxing at least 10 years prior to him, had 400 amateur fights at the super elite level. Joshua had something like 48, 49 fights as an amateur. And they ain't too far similar pro careers, but all the experience is with Usyk. All, you know, everything was on his side. So a lot of fans didn't understand how good Usyk was. So I don't know why they're surprised Joshua lost. I'm just saying they should have been more surprised how close it was. I felt like Joshua was in the fight and was doing some good things, you know. They normally say a big good and beats a small good, and obviously Usyk's still big. He's fought a lot of heavyweights, you know what I mean? So I don't know. On that note, I mean, I feel they'll take the rematch. I feel like Dillian's got a hard fight against another southpaw. And that being said, Usyk's a southpaw. These southpaws bring different obstacles, different nightmares to the table for any, you know, boxer who's orthodox and so on. So Dillian's got a hard fight, but obviously he's been in this position before. He was right at the pinnacle of getting his opportunity because of Povetkin, and then obviously came up short when Alexander, you know, caught him with that amazing shot, and then he came and seeked redemption and revenge and managed to get him out of there after, you know. So saying that, I can't see him overlooking anything, but this is Otto Wallin's golden ticket. This is his chance to, you know, go to the Mega Bowl. So I think he's going to come and bring his A game as well. So, you know, with that being said, you know, people rise to the occasion. I think he's going to rise to the occasion and try and put on his best performance, because he can get crushed the party and try and be in a position to beat Dillian and snatch the golden ticket from under his nose and fight for a world title. So, I mean, look, let's see what happens, man. We've been there many times. The WBC and many things have been said, and nothing's actually come to fruition. But let him get past October the 30th and then see where the position is then.
Let me ask you, Dean, what you prefer now? AJ and Usyk, I think, with all the stuff that's going on over there, we're not going to see either of those two fighting Dillian anytime soon. But we probably will see Dillian fighting either Tyson or Deontay probably fairly soon, given that, you know, that the mandatory status, provided he gets past Otto Wallin. Which fight would you prefer Dillian to go into for a title fight, given that we all want to see him pick the belt up? We want to see him take that belt. Would you rather see him go in against Tyson Fury, or would you rather see him go in against Deontay Wilder?
there's many different aspects of that. Tyson Fury, you know, all English cash for the title is going to be amazing. That could do like, you know, Wembley or somewhere real big. Yeah, again, the Bronze Bomber's been on I think Bronze Bomber's been on the waiting list. He's been on our menu. He's been on the menu for an ass whooping for a long time. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's a great fight for Dillian as well, because I feel Dillian's too mentally strong, too physically strong, and he would know how to beat him. He said from before, even from before Tyson Fury went in there and implementing the same game plan Dillian spoke about many years ago. And I think if you go on Sporting Icon puts it up. He put it up a couple months back, stating when Dillian put it up and said, "How you beat a bully is bully a bully. Put them on the back foot, and they don't like to be pressured." And we saw that is the exact same thing that happened with Tyson Fury, put him on the back foot. And he said he's going to do the same again. He said he's going to put him on the back foot, pressure him, and then bust him up, beat him up, and get him out of there. So it is interesting. I'd like Dillian to get the opportunity to fight whoever is in front of him at the time to win. A big fight in America, I'd love that also. A big fight in the UK, I'd love that also. Well, I'm not really trying to sniff your nose up at anything, because he's been waiting in the wings such a long time. But when the opportunity arises, I'm sure any of those fights are going to be, you know, he's going to be taken with open arms and ready to get busy. You know what I mean? Out of the two, the more skillful one is obviously, I believe, is Tyson Fury. Is probably a different kettle of fish, a harder nut to crack, but equally, the can man Dillian Whyte's, you know, gonna go in there and try and just do what he does and break and smash and plunder and pilgrim over whatever he does in the ring, man. He's not messing about, man. He's in there to get busy, and you know what I mean. So that's an interesting one, but nevertheless, as a fan, I'd like to see both of them, whoever the winner is. Yeah,
I think from a fan perspective, and obviously, I always, I'm the same as you. I want to back the UK over the US. That's the first thing we want to do, just to make it more interesting as a sport. You back your own. However, if I'm just a casual fan sitting at home watching on the sofa, blah blah blah, I've got to say that the idea of a Deontay Wilder versus Dillian Whyte, there's a chance with Tyson Fury that's 12 rounds of Dillian chasing Tyson. You know, I'm not saying it would happen, but it could happen. No way does that happen with Deontay Wilder. No way. It goes 5 rounds, 6 max. Do you know what I mean? And one of them is absolutely sparking the other one. And from a fan perspective, it makes that fight more exciting. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
So we look at that scene then. We see where that's going. I don't know where it leaves the other guys. I mean, there's a big queue, like you say, to get in. I think all will be, should I say, more will be revealed on Saturday night, Sunday morning when we get that result through. I just want to talk quickly about the other fight this weekend, Smith Fowler Smith, whichever way it goes round. Great fight for in Liverpool. Big fight for the domestic scene on the UK. How are you seeing that one?
That's a great fight. Both guys are real, you know, experienced. You know, Fowler was a real decorated amateur. You know, he had over 200 fights. I think he won 180 of those fights. If I'm not wrong, he's seen it all. But the Smith family, man, they're a rare breed, man. A whole boxing family. The brothers Callum, you know, the small one, Beefy, Paul. They're all just a great bunch of boxing people. He's good, Beefy. You know, he is real good. Fowler's good and strong. Fowler's very, very strong. He punches with bad intention. But I mean, the skill set of Beefy is real good, and he's got. Listen, he's been in there with everyone. He was in there with Canelo. He's been in there with everyone. I think that experience might be a little bit too much for Fowler, but don't quote me on that. But I feel like that experience, it has to tell. He was a champion for a while. He's done it. He's seen it all. Fowler, a good fight for where it is, but I feel like Fowler could have gone his own way a little bit longer and done his own thing, European, and gone on to that. You know what I mean? Because Beefy has done it. He already done all that world level European, and he kind of conquered and was doing. He was undefeated for some time. You know what I mean? But yeah, and didn't he beat Liam Williams as well? Twice. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So listen, he's a problem, man. Liam Williams is good, you know, as well. That's what I'm saying. He's a problem. This is not no game. I don't know what's going on. I don't even know why they tried. They shortcut Fowler's thing. Fowler should have been able to go and fight for the European title and doing things and progress slowly in that lane. I think they might have rushed it a little bit. But look, let's see, man, if he proves it. I like both boys. I really do. I'm a fan of both boys. I talk to them. I talk to Fowler probably a little bit more. I like the Smith family anyway, the dad, the brothers and all that. So it's interesting.
Yeah, I mean, we obviously we've had both of them on here through the last year or so. But when you look at what Fowler brings to the table and what Smith brings to the table, you talk about, you know, Liam Smith's obviously been there at world level. He's got the experience. Is it more of a case of, for both fighters, this is high risk? Liam Smith won't like me saying that. You know, he doesn't like being brought down to Fowler's level, if you like. But the reward is great for both because there's publicity on the Fowler side, there's experience on the Smith side. Whoever wins this propels up. Do you know what I mean? They get really big numbers off the back of it. Is that what's made this fight happen?
You know what? I understand why Smith says that. You know what I mean? Because, you know, it's kind of like, it is a bit kind of cheeky. He's done it all, he's seen it all, he's won it all, he's been there, he's got the experience, he's worn a t-shirt. So obviously he feels this is a little upstart that's coming and really is out of his depth. And some could say, you know, but you know, Fowler being Fowler, how strong he is, you know, amateur experience and stuff he's done, he feels, look, you're the old guard, I'm the new guard, and I'm going to come and show you Saturday night. So I get it. I do absolutely get it. Because even when people mention something like, example, Dillian fighting Joe Joyce. Joe Joyce is great pedigree as an amateur, not better than, way better than Dillian's, but then Dillian's obviously now fighting, he's quite ahead of him in terms of the guys he's facing, him being a pay-per-view star and doing his thing. Joe Joyce has got a hell of a resume as well, though. Don't get that confused. As someone who's had 13 fights, he's faced a lot of top contenders and challengers and done a great job. But I feel like he's still not where Dillian is, his marketability, how he conducts himself, how he talks. But this is a business as well. You know what I mean? Obviously, he's got good management. He's got a good promoter behind him, and they've angled whatever they've done for him in a certain way. So it's good. But I mean, yeah, it's not. I just feel like, look, it's a difficult one. I feel like it's kind of, when they mention those in the same breath, I feel like, you know, but the proof's in the pudding. If you go in there, it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy, Joe Joyce, because he knows how to box. He knows how to use, got a good, solid, strong jab. But the one thing we do notice is Brian Jennings hurt him to the body, and he doesn't like it to the body. And Dillian's called the body snatcher. So, you know, it is. We know, yeah. And sometimes it's a little bit easy to hit. And Dillian punches hard. You know what I mean? Trust me. He will make some dents in there. And Dillian likes to. He doesn't mind having a fight. If you're not up for a fight, it's a different kettle of fish. If you want to do a boxing match, then I get it. But you know, Dillian likes to get busy and get in there and let his shots go. So that's what, when I compare it like that. So I understand both boys anyway. But look, nevertheless, Joe Joyce is from my neck of the woods somewhere. Hell of a fighter in the future. That might be something Dillian looks at. I'm not sure. And I understand why Beefy said that against the machine. But look, on Saturday, this fight is made. What we will do know is only in a few short hours, in a few short days, that we're going to know the outcome. If he was right, if the machine was right, if the machine works and outworks him, out-hustles. But what we do know is the machine can punch. Fowler can punch. You know what I mean? Let's see if experience beats youthful exuberance.
Just finally, mate, last one before I let you go. Our old friend Alan Babbage, the Savage. What the hell is he doing in that latest training clip that he's put online? That is not a sensible way to train. I don't know if you've seen it, where he's sitting in between the two cars and the two cars are driving, pushing him. And he's sitting in the middle, basically being hit by two cars.
He copied someone doing that. I seen another guy doing it. You sure it's Babbage or it's someone else?
All I saw was a little 10-second, 20-second clip, and someone said, "Have you seen Babbage doing this?" It looks like it's him. If it's not, then
I'm gonna look. No, to be honest, Dillian posted it the other day on his post, but it weren't Babbage doing that. That was another guy. Maybe Babbage decided to take it up. He thought, F it, let me try it myself. I'll go online and look and see. It's probably not the smartest thing to do.
No, I would hazard a guess it's one of the more stupidest things you could do. But what do I know? Listen, well, in that case, we'll draw the sentence there then. I need to go and do my homework a little better. But listen, Dean, I know you're a busy man, so we'll let you crack on. We'll enjoy both fights on Saturday. We should do a catch-up on Sunday morning and talk about what we've seen.
No doubt. Let's catch up Sunday. Let's see what our thoughts and opinions are, and if it becomes true. I'll probably put a bit of wager somewhere. I'm going to put a wager on the upset, but I would like Fury to win also, but I like a little bit of an upset. Let's see.
You're a braver man than I. Peace out, mate. I'll see you Sunday.
Peace.